Hello everyone, this is Maureen and I am here today to show you my progress on my third mosaic blanket of the year. Now if you remember, I have chosen 4 blankets to do, but I will be showing you my progress on a different blanket each week. Well, this is the third blanket that I have just started, and I'm getting ready to show it to you here in just a moment. But first, let me say thank you to each and every one of you that are stopping in to see this video, especially since it's a new mosaic blanket. All I ask is that you remember to hit that subscribe button and let me know down in the comment what you think of the colors that I've chosen, and it's very obvious that you're going to be able to see the design right off the bat because I was able to complete the very first page in the pattern, which was 14 rows. So I was very happy with that. It is your traditional mosaic. There's nothing, wonky about it. There's no special techniques. Remember, in mosaic, you just need to know how to do a single crochet, a double crochet. And I would strongly suggest that before you start any pattern, now many of us know this, but sometimes we tend to just go ahead and dive right on into a pattern, especially when we're anxious to get started with it. But please be sure that you look at your the legend, the stitch descriptions for yourselves, because not everyone abbreviates the same. And depending on the style of writing for the creator, you want to get yourself familiarized with that as well. Now, one thing I will tell you about this pattern is that nearly every other mosaic that I've done so far, the repeat pattern has been anywhere from 32 to 35 stitches. Well, folks, this one here was 71. So I did have to go back to my little routine of trying to find a pattern in each row, and so I kind of developed my own little memory board there, I guess you could say, so that I could remember, because 72 stitches, that's kind of a long repeat pattern. But we all have our own different styles. Excuse me. And for me, that's how it worked. I was able to, like I said, read through the row and then go back and look at it just a little bit, because the rows are set up where within the repeat pattern itself, where you can kind of see where the pattern is going to fall just in that repeat. In other words, like the grouping of your single crochets and double crochets and how the little pattern itself repeats in your repeat row. So that's what I did for me, but many of you may be able to just, look at it enough times and just keep it in your head and keep going. My brain doesn't work quite that well anymore. But anyway, let me go ahead and remind you of the 2 colors that I chose. Now, this yarn is from Hobby Lobby, and these were the 2 colors that I chose. This is a, come on, I just had you. Of course it'd be all the way around. This, where are you? Well, folks, as many times as I've been able to read the labels on these things. Color, there it is. Peacock, that's what I thought it was, but to me it's just a beautiful teal. And this colorway is Dakota. Now I put these 2 together because as soon as I saw the pattern, I just knew I wanted to go very Aztec, because that is the name of the pattern, Aztec. And I'll tell you about that in just a moment. Here is our little pattern design. I'm going to fold this up so I can get most of it in there. It's called Aztec Mosaic Crocheted Afghan, and it's by Angela Ciraollo Shirallo. I know I just butchered that, but there is the pattern, and that is the mosaic that I will be making. Now what's nice about this pattern, folks, is that you can repeat this square piece here as long as you want to. You can also just repeat this pattern, which it does, you know, as wide as you want to. There's so much that you can do, excuse me, with this little pattern. Now, I did not print it in color, as you can obviously see, but this one blanket will measure 48 by 48. Now it does say to use the size H hook. I went up to an I. So my blanket's going to be just a little bit bigger, which is, you know, fine with me. But are you ready to see the pattern? The colors, how they're coming together? They are so gorgeous. So let me get it picked up here, because I do have it folded in such a way where you can see the pattern there. And I want to hold it. So there you go. What do you think, folks? Look at that beautiful, beautiful pattern there. I'm sorry my fingers are covering up most of it. There you are. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's the start of the pattern. And here's the main portion of the pattern. And then it goes right back into that part there. But isn't that pretty? I'm so happy with the colors that I chose. Oh my goodness. I'm just happy, happy, happy. Yes, I am. It really has been a joy, this one here, because it's very easy to see when, you know, of course, obviously with the angles like this, it's very easy to see whenever you've added too many or not enough. So even though the repeat stitch count is maybe not quite what we're used to, you know, like I said, a 72 repeat pattern, it's still, the design itself will very quickly let you know that you've made a boo-boo somewhere. Now the only thing that I will be doing before now I know there is a technique for going and catching, you know, your single crochets here when you work with the double, so that you don't have this open gap here. But folks, I don't like doing that because it makes it just so bulky right in there. So normally what I will do before I move on to the next page, when I pick this back up again, I just normally go in and take a stretch of yarn, like this one here will be the peacock, and I will by myself run along, kind of like I'm just hand stitching it. And I don't hand stitch all the stitches, I just do enough to where it cuts down on the openness of these big long runs here. But that's just my technique. You know, you might not mind as you're going along, going down just a little bit and picking up one loop to close up the gap in these long runs here, but I just prefer doing it the other way. I know it probably slows down on the progress, but like I said, we all have our own little hacks that we like to do, and that's my little hack for taking care of that. So before I start on the next page, I will go in there and take care of it. And you know, I was thinking that I would put a border, but I kind of like this fringe here on the side, so I think I'm just going to leave them. I will go in and knot these securely. I might even go in and do a whip stitch along through here. I just haven't quite decided how I want to tie this off so that it doesn't come untied, but I think I'm going to leave the fringe on this one this time. I really do. Give it even more of a Indian style, I guess you could say. I mean, we can do what we want to. There is a border that goes around it, but like I said, I'm just kind of thinking I might just leave it like it is. I kind of think it's pretty. But anyway, that's my excitement over this new mosaic that I have started. And again, like I said, I think I'm so excited because I do like the color choices that I chose and the way it's working up. And of course, folks, you all know that this I love this yarn, is just soft to start start working with. So it's gonna, I'm just in love with it. Maybe that's all I need to stop talking and just say I am already in love with it. Now, the one thing I will tell you is that if you decide to do this blanket, now of course I always order way more than I normally need, but it's quite obvious that it's going to take more of the stripe from the Hobby Lobby yarn collection than from the solid. There's about 100 yards more in the solid than there is in this stripe. There's like 355 yards in the peacock, and there's only 252 yards in the Dakota. So like I said, I know I have plenty of yarn, but just be mindful that if you decide to do the pattern, which by the way I'll leave down in the description box for you if you want to go and purchase your own copy and do it up in your own colors, just be mindful that when you are ordering your yarn, especially these from Hobby Lobby, like I said, you will need more of the stripe than you will of the peacock. But anyway, and of course, like I said too, I went up a hook size, so that's going to make a big difference as well. But anyway, I am so happy to show you this third of the 4, and next week I will be giving you a gander at my 4th and final blanket that I'll be adding to my Mosaic journey this year. Well, at the moment anyway, let's put it that way. And that is the Cactus Garden, and I've already got that one with its colors and everything, so I'll be excited to get started on this week and show you my progress next week. So thank you so much for being here. Be sure that you leave me a little like, and also leave me a comment what you think about the blanket and the color choices. Maybe even let me know what your color choices are going to be if you choose to do this blanket along with me. If this was your first time here, don't forget to subscribe. Would really like to see you in the schoolhouse. So until the next time, folks, please always remember, be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light that they need to see. And we all need lights to guide us. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.